Hey Nordic, what's shared? I'm Jacob and I graduated in 2007 and I'm Pablo's brother from another mother, but you know what I mean. Pablo, oh, there's a voice announcement in my, I hope you can hear what I'm saying here. I'm sitting in an airport somewhere. Pablo asked me to share a few thoughts about my transition from UWC to the world outside the bubble, and I thought I'd have a few points that I could chime in with, and hopefully I won't bore you too much in the process. It's really interesting looking back and thinking that it's almost 5 years ago that I graduated, and in many ways it feels like yesterday. I can clearly remember the last day when I had my last stupid Spanish exam, and furiously ran out of the classroom and jumped in the fjord, and it was freezing, it was cold and raining, and even despite that experience, I loved it. It was absolutely amazing and really, really strange. And getting home after WC was probably one of the biggest anticlimaxes in my life, because in one way, I was really happy to be done with international baccalaureate. On the other hand, I just left all my friends throughout the last 2 years behind, and knew that some of them I would probably never get to see again. So I couldn't really feel happy about finally being done, because I wanted to celebrate, but the ones I wanted to celebrate weren't there. So it was good and bad, and kind of empty. I decided after UWC to take a qualification year. This is something that many people mistakenly refer to as a gap year. It's not a gap, it's a qualification, because you learn awesome extracurricular, non-academic experiences. I spent the fall working as a teacher, and I spent the spring backpacking throughout Central America, and I absolutely loved it. I think one of the things that really stood out to me after UWC was the post UWC depression. I'm sure some of you have heard of this before. Essentially, after having worked so hard and so intensively, I felt very restless and uncomfortable with having a summer and a fall where I didn't do as much or anything. I felt strange not having people around, knocking at my door at 2 in the morning, asking for tea or wanting to talk to me, and not having any deadlines to meet. And this might sound stupid that I was complaining about not being stressed, but after the intense experience as UWC, working a normal job made me feel, kind of depressed and useless. Not in any way contributing to society or helping anyone out or learning anything. I mean, I had a bad conscience every single day I spent doing nothing. And by nothing, I mean, if I just had a walk or cooked or watched TV or, it took a while to get used to not being as productive. One of the ways one of the things I did to cope with this was to get very involved in something called Global Minimum, or GMIN, short, which is an NGO I started with my old roommate from Sierra Leone after my first year. And we've worked in this NGO together for the last 5 years in Sierra Leone, eradicating malaria and ensuring access to education. And I think for me, it was really important to keeping this constructive working link with other UWCers that were as passionate and as hardworking as me, and also understood where I was coming from. And I think this understanding where you're coming from is really important in my transition to my life after UWC and also to my university. I was also very lucky that I spent the fall in Copenhagen, where there was many other UWC graduates who graduated before me who could kind of mentor me or who I could talk to about my experience, and they kind of understood as well where I was coming from. With respect to the qualification year, I don't know if it's a good idea for everyone. Depends on who you are, what money you have, what your ambitions are, how academically settled you are, how fit you see yourself in university. I definitely felt I needed it, and I think I've done much better at university as a result of having devoted a year to non-academic endeavors. I felt when I started university I was ready, I was really passionate, I was eager to learn again and actually sit down, and I don't think I've had the same determination if I'd gone straight from UWC to the university. But despite having graduated, you never really leave UWC. I mean, I'm currently sitting in Seattle Airport here, as you can probably hear around the different announcement calls, waiting for a flight to New York, where I'll be meeting my second year from South Africa tomorrow for lunch, together with my co-year from Mexico. On Tuesday, I'll head to Boston, where I'll meet my second-year roommate, the one that I started in NGO with, from Sierra Leone, and my co-year from Sweden. Yesterday night, my co-year from Germany came by my apartment for dinner. She called me like half an hour before. Oh, by the way, I have a letter for your Swedish co-year. I'm like, sure, come by for dinner. And she came by for dinner, and we sat and talked about our life at UBC. And this is 5 years ago. Right next to me is my friend Kaisa sitting, who's going to New York, Boston with me, who is a graduate from Adriatic, studying the same department as me. So yes, even though I left Nordic and UWC, I don't really think UWC ever really left me. And to be honest, I don't ever think it will, which makes me feel happy somewhere inside. So yeah, I mean, best of luck to all of you, and for those of you graduating this spring, enjoy the last couple of months as much as you can. This is a truly unique period in life. Do something crazy, skinny dip, ski, go hike, enjoy it. I mean, when are you ever going to be back in Fleck, right? Oh, and something really non-related. Can someone please give MT a course on how to use the photocopy machine? Because I think she really needs it. I saw that video you guys made, and it was, yeah, scary. And someone also give Pablo a big bear hug from me, because he deserves it, because he's an awesome brother. And Pablo, visite sama, chill out, and yeah, greetings from the other side of the pond.